1. The illusion of control. Life often feels unpredictable, and in response, many of us try to manage every small detail. We create plans, set strict timelines, and hope that if we work hard enough, everything will happen exactly the way we want. While planning is important, there is a limit to how much we can influence. The reality is that outcomes are shaped by many factors beyond our reach: other people's choices, unexpected events, and the natural flow of time. When we attempt to control what cannot be controlled, the result is usually frustration. Instead of bringing peace, it drains our energy and leaves us feeling unsettled. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reflected on this centuries ago. He observed that much of our stress comes not from events themselves, but from our resistance to them. By constantly fighting against reality, we only create more tension. The real strength lies in recognizing the difference between what is in our hands and what is not. Our thoughts, our actions, and the way we respond to situations are fully within our control. Everything else, no matter how much we try, will never completely bend to our will. Learning this distinction frees us. It allows us to focus our energy where it truly matters, in building discipline, practicing patience, and making wise decisions. Instead of chasing control, we can move through life with clarity and steadiness, trusting that while we cannot shape every outcome, we can always shape ourselves to detachment and peace of mind. One of the main reasons people experience stress is because they hold on too tightly to outcomes. Whether it is a career goal, a relationship, or even a personal achievement, we often believe that our happiness depends on things turning out in a specific way. The more we cling to this expectation, the more pressure we place on ourselves, and the harder it becomes to enjoy the present moment. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus offered valuable guidance on this. He taught that our suffering does not come directly from events, but from the way we attach ourselves to what we think should happen. His advice was simple. Rather than demanding that life follow our plans, learn to accept events as they naturally unfold. This shift does not mean we stop working toward our goals, nor does it mean giving up. Instead, it allows us to approach life with greater calm and perspective. Detachment is about balance. It means we give our best effort, but we do not make our inner peace dependent on results outside of our control. Think of an artist painting a picture. If they focus only on how others will judge the final piece, they lose the joy of creating. But if they immerse themselves in the process, the act itself becomes fulfilling. Practicing detachment brings freedom. It teaches us that peace of mind is not found in controlling outcomes, but in focusing on effort, growth, and the present moment. Point 3. Redefining success for many people. Success is defined by a fixed set of milestones: graduating at a certain age, earning a specific salary, or reaching a particular position in life. While having goals is useful, this rigid view of success often creates unnecessary pressure. Life does not always follow a straight line, and when reality unfolds differently than expected, disappointment can set in, even if progress is being made in other valuable ways. The Stoics encouraged a broader understanding of success. They believed that true achievement comes from living with wisdom, integrity, and balance, rather than simply meeting external standards. When we define success only by external markers, we overlook the personal growth, resilience, and lessons gained along the way. For example, a person may not reach their career target at the expected age, but in the process, they may develop skills, patience, strength that serve them in deeper and more lasting ways. Redefining success means appreciating progress. In all its forms, it is about recognizing effort, adaptability, and the ability to face challenges with courage. Instead of comparing our journey with others, we can focus on building a life aligned with our own values and principles. When we release the pressure of rigid timelines, life feels lighter. Opportunities appear in unexpected places, and we are free to shape our own version of fulfillment. In this way, success becomes not just an end goal, but an ongoing process of growth and learning. For the power of patience in today's world, speed is often celebrated. We expect quick results, instant responses, and immediate progress. This constant demand for speed can create frustration when life moves at its natural pace. Patience, however, is a timeless quality that brings stability and clarity in moments of delay or uncertainty. The Stoic philosophers understood the value of patience. Epictetus reminded us that no great thing is created suddenly, whether it is developing a skill, building meaningful relationships, or working toward personal goals. Real growth takes time. Just as a tree needs years to grow strong roots and branches, our efforts also need consistency and space to mature. Practicing patience does not mean being passive or waiting without action. It means putting in steady effort while accepting that results will come in their own time. This attitude reduces unnecessary stress and helps us stay focused on what truly matters. For example, a student learning a new subject may not understand everything immediately, but with persistence, each small step builds into mastery. Patience also strengthens resilience. When challenges appear, impatience pushes us toward frustration, but patience allows us to pause, reflect, and find better solutions. It creates a calm mindset that sees setbacks not as permanent failures, but as opportunities to adjust and grow. By practicing patience, we align ourselves with the natural rhythm of life. Instead of forcing outcomes, we learn to trust the process, and in doing so, we gain both peace of mind and lasting progress. 5. Acting with purpose. It's not desperation. There is a clear difference between acting with purpose and acting out of desperation. Desperation often comes from fear of missing out, fear of failure, or fear of being left behind. When decisions are driven by this state of mind, they tend to be rushed and unbalanced. The result is often stress, regret, or choices that do not truly align with our values. Purpose, on the other hand, is grounded in clarity and confidence. When we act with purpose, we take time to reflect on what matters most. Our actions are not about reacting quickly to pressure, but about moving steadily toward meaningful goals. This approach allows us to make decisions that are thoughtful and consistent with our long-term vision, rather than being shaped by short-term emotions. The Stoic philosopher Seneca observed that steady and deliberate effort is far more effective than forcing outcomes through impatience. In relationships, careers, or personal growth, calm action usually leads to better results than hurried attempts to control everything at once. For example, someone pursuing a career goal with purpose may take time to learn, build connections, and prepare properly. Acting out of desperation, however, might lead them to accept opportunities that do not truly serve their growth. When we replace desperation with purpose, our actions gain strength. We no longer act out of fear, but out of intention. This shift not only brings better outcomes, but also provides peace of mind, because we know our efforts are guided by direction rather than panic. 6. Living with abundance and trust. Many people approach life with a mindset of scarcity, constantly worrying about what they lack or what might go wrong. This way of thinking often leads to stress and dissatisfaction, because no matter how much is achieved, it never feels like enough. The Stoics encouraged a different approach, living with a sense of abundance and trust. Abundance does not mean collecting more possessions or chasing every opportunity. Instead, it means recognizing the value of what we already have. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." We practice gratitude for simple things: health, learning, friendships. In small daily experiences, we realize that life already offers much to appreciate. Trust is also essential. Life does not always unfold according to our plans, but often it provides what we need in unexpected ways. By trusting the process, we allow space for growth and opportunities that we may not have anticipated. This trust reduces anxiety and helps us respond to challenges with calmness rather than fear. Living with abundance and trust creates a balanced outlook. Instead of focusing on what is missing, we build on what is present. Instead of being trapped by fear of the future, we move forward with confidence that each step contributes to our growth. In this way, life feels less like a struggle for control and more like a journey of steady progress, guided by gratitude, patience, and resilience.